stop. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be responding to your unpopular opinions. Why do I sound like I'm doing an advertisement? As I said in the last video, I was kind of running out of ideas on things to do in terms of unpopular opinions. So I was thinking to myself, why don't I just do where you guys give me unpopular opinions and I comment on them, so it doesn't have to be like an addition one, you know, like I don't have to give myself a topic, it can just be on whatever. So yeah, I definitely want to switch it up, but obviously I'm going to give you guys what you want, as I said before. So I have them wrote on my phone. I'm going to start off fairly like calm, not so controversial. So the first one is actually very controversial, and it says Beyonce is overrated, and I actually don't really want to hear it. I get what people are trying to say, like, oh, there's so many other artists out there that have like a better voice, better music, better song. But first of all, no one in their right mind can tell me that Beyonce hasn't got bops. Second of all, no one, if they are sane, can tell me that Beyonce doesn't have a good voice. And by good, I mean like beyond anything that I've heard ever. You could always compare yourself to someone. Like, you can always say, oh, there's someone better than this, someone better than that. But like, is that really all you're looking at? Like, come on, like, Beyonce, like, I'm not just saying that because it's Beyonce, but I'm saying like the talent that that woman holds in her soul, in her body, in her voice is beyond comprehension. Hey, just when I fall on my fist, I realize that I'm laying right next to you, baby. You know, and it's like when people say Chris Brown is overrated. Right, that's the word. Overrated. Okay, but have you heard that guy's voice is like angels? It's like heaven in my ears. Like, no one can tell me otherwise. I just don't get it. Beyonce can sing. Beyonce can dance. Beyonce makes just good music that everyone can vibe to. Like, she has a very like diverse range of music. So I don't really want to hear that unpopular opinion. I get that there may be more people out there that are as talented or even more talented, but no one can tell me that she don't bang. No one can tell me that her music isn't top. Someone carried the song and said Beyonce's music is way better than Rihanna's. When I read this, it kind of hurt my soul a little bit, but then I was thinking, well, they're not wrong. I love Rihanna, if you know me. For me to actually admit to this is heartbreaking. But for me, I feel like, obviously I love Rihanna's music, but I feel like even Rihanna knows that Beyonce's music is better. But that's not like a dig at Rihanna. I like Rihanna for her personality, her vibe, her fashion sense, just her as a person, and obviously her voice is amazing and like her music is good. It's not a competition because Beyonce is Beyonce. Do you know what I mean? They're like two different types of artists. Like, I don't really think they should even be compared, in all fairness. Like, it would make more sense to compare Beyonce to like Adele or like Demi Lovato or Jessie J, you know, like people with the soulful voices, you know what I mean? Okay, this next one, which I totally agree with, smaller YouTube channels are more creative than bigger YouTube channels, period. I'm not just saying this just because I'm a smaller YouTuber, and people might be like, you're not a smaller YouTuber. Well, compared to like Emma Chamberlain, how many subscribers has she got? Like 8 million? I'm not even going to Google it, something like that. But yeah, 66k in comparison to millions is a lot, so I am a small YouTuber, thank you very much. I'm not saying that more popular and more known YouTubers don't put in the effort, because I know there are some people that do, but I feel like with a lot of YouTubers, they get the fame, you get the money, you get the attention, and that kind of overpowers your initial love for YouTube. And I pray to the Lord Jesus Christ, my saviour, that that never happens to me, because I have a passion for YouTube. Like, this ain't just no side hobby. I love YouTube. I love creating, I love editing, I love coming up with new ideas, and I feel like a lot of big YouTubers don't have that passion anymore. There are so many more YouTubers that put in so much more effort than her, aka me, and you should subscribe to me and like all my videos and comment. I believe that a lot of YouTubers get comfortable with their situation. I feel like YouTubers now become celebrities, and back in the day, like back when like I was like 10 and I would watch YouTubers, they were, yes, famous, yes, known, but it wasn't like they were celebrities. Like now YouTubers get a celebrity title, like they get all of the brand deals, they get like Louis Vuitton, like Emma Chamberlain's got Louis Vuitton working with her and stuff. I really do think because of the times that we're in, it's a lot easier for these YouTubers to become very like self-absorbed. Next one. Ooh, I agree. Did I just choose ones that I agreed with? I didn't. No, I didn't. YouTube isn't an easy profession. Period. How many times am I going to say period? Someone said period is the most overused word in our society today. And I really, really want someone to do an edit of me finding every single time I've said period, because I feel like that would be a beautiful compilation. Period. Let me just start off by saying a lot of the time when I say I want to be a YouTuber or I want to have a online platform, people just like look at me like I'm an airhead. If you know me, I ain't no airhead. I've got actually a lot more sense than half of you watching me right now. I'm joking, I'm not. But the point is that YouTube does take a lot of work. You're your own producer, you're your own cameraman, you're your own lighting man, you're your own entertainment personality, you're your own editor, you're your own uploader, you're your own agent. Like you answer emails, you have to reply to comments. Like, as you know, when I was in college, if you watched me when I was in college, I would go ages without filming a YouTube video, because if I wanted to take this seriously, there would be no way that I could balance school and YouTube. It's either one or the other. I could be editing for 4 hours, 5 hours in a day, then I have to upload. And considering a lot of my videos are like nearly an hour long of recording, and I have to cut that out and make it into a 20-minute video. Like, there's a lot of time that goes into it, and it's not even just a time, like, I don't care what anyone says, not everyone can be a YouTuber. Everyone can physically make a YouTube channel and be a YouTuber, but not everyone can keep up the momentum, come up with new ideas, engage new subscribers, keep old subscribers, be able to build a full-on brand name for themselves. Not everyone can do that. I don't care what anyone says. It is a hard job. And I did A-levels. Okay, I did A-levels, very hard A-levels, all essay-based A-levels. Trust me, babe, I know what hard is, and YouTube is it. Okay, so this next one is aliens exist. I agree that aliens exist. I don't believe that it's like aliens that we see on like movies and stuff that are capable of all of these crazy things. Like, I don't believe that they're like humans. I don't believe that they have the smarts of a human. I believe they're more like animals, but they're extraterrestrial animals. You know, like, no one can tell me that there's not life on other planets. Like, in terms of life, like plants and beings, even if they're not like aliens the size of us or bigger or like this tall, there must be like insects, weird looking animal things on other planets, and that's called aliens because it's extraterrestrial. I feel smart by saying that. Okay, reincarnation exists. I disagree. Like, reincarnation is in like I was someone before. I don't believe in that, but I believe that there's life after death, like we go to heaven or go to hell. Like, I believe in that. I don't believe that like we just die and that's it. I believe that our physical body dies, but not our soul. And that leads on to my next one, which is Christians aren't judgmental. If you don't know, I'm a Christian. Maybe I'll do a video on this. I might do a podcast on it. By the way, my podcast is coming, but I want my cover art done, but it hasn't been done yet. But I might just post the actual video on YouTube, and then I'll post a podcast later on when I have the art, you know. But yeah, a lot of people have misconceptions about Christians and how we're really judgmental and we call everyone out for sinning. Anyone who does that as a Christian is completely going against the whole meaning of a Christian. I'm not going to ramble on, but the point of Christianity is to not do that, because we believe as Christians that Jesus restored the relationship between humans and God. By that meaning that we get grace from God. I said this wrong, but I was meaning that you have grace from God through believing in Jesus. Yeah. Okay, bye. Not through doing certain things like sinning and not sinning. Does that make sense? Like, before, Old Testament and other religions such as Judaism and Islam, they are based on Old Covenant, which is Old Testament, like before Jesus came, and that's based on rules and if you sin or don't sin, and then you gain God's glory, basically. When Christians are so heavily judgmental, I don't believe that they're a proper Christian, period. Like, I cannot rate someone who fully focuses on sin all the time. I just don't vibe with them, because I feel like that's going against the true purpose of Christianity. And think about it. Jesus hung out with sinners. If Jesus hung out with sinners and accepted sinners and said to sinners that you will go to heaven, how dare you say that you see someone doing this and this and this, oh, like, look at them, like, my God would never allow you to go to heaven, you're going to hell. Like, how can you yourself condemn someone? Are you God? Like, I'm not going to ramble on and be a Bible basher, but I just want to let you guys know that it really isn't a judgmental religion. It's not supposed to be. I don't even see it as a religion. It's like a faith, is a way of life. So this one is, being mixed race, you can never fully understand the black experience, which I get, because you won't understand racism. But beyond that, what can you not experience? If you know me, I was raised on my black side. The only white person that I was raised with was my dad, and he was around my black family. So from the moment I was born, I was brought up with a black person, so I feel like I have a very black experience. So for someone to say that I don't is a bit like, wait, hold on a minute. I don't like how ostracized mixed race people get sometimes. Like, we don't fit into either category. Like, what do you want me to be, white? You don't allow me to have a black experience, but then that means I can't have a white experience because I'm not fully white. So then what am I? A mixed race experience. But then what is mixed race? Like, you might disagree, but I just think that's a bit weird, like, for you to say that I'm actually not part of the black community like that. Like, it's like I have a half black card. If I feel comfortable with my black side and my black side accept me, and I've been raised with my black side, and I know black people, I feel black inside, who is someone else to tell me that I don't have the black experience? Like, who creates black experience? I don't agree. Anyway, this next one says, having kids, not everyone wants them, and we need to stop penalising women just because they don't want kids. I don't see what the big crime is if I never plan on having kids. Like, it's not for everyone, and it's not that emotional either if someone doesn't want them. Like, people need to chill. I completely agree. I think this whole, like, planning out a woman's life is so wrong, and it's almost wrong for the child. If you force a woman to have a baby when she's not going to be emotionally attached to it, that baby's not going to grow up feeling that motherly love, because the mum didn't have that. Because people love to say, like, we all have motherly instincts. We don't, though. Like, I do. I have a very motherly instinct, but some girls just don't. And some girls might have a motherly instinct, but they might not want a child. They might not want to be a physical mother. They might want to be a mother to other people's children, because it's not much of a big responsibility. You can't tell a woman to have a child if she's not emotionally ready for the child, because it's not going to benefit her or the child. This next one is, relationships and sex are overrated. I'm going to talk about relationships more and how that's potentially overrated. I don't really know what this person means by overrated, if, like, relationships just aren't good at all. Someone said marriage is overrated, and I was like, oh, ciao. But I guess in terms of overrated as being it's not the be all and end all, I completely agree. I think you can get so far without a husband or a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It doesn't matter what, romantic relationship you have. You can still, get far in life and be happy. That's the main thing. Be happy in life and not feel lonely. Just because you're single doesn't mean you're lonely. On that aspect, I think it's overrated, as in people think they need a boyfriend to survive. Like, I can't be happy unless I have a boyfriend. That's a you problem. Like, you need to sort your self-love out if you feel that you can't manage without someone else, But in terms of overrated as just in general, I disagree, because I think there's a very strong union that comes with relationships, especially marriage, and maybe that's my Christian views coming out or whatever, but I believe that marriage is a union and you become one with that person and you have a very powerful and spiritual relationship, whether you're religious or not. Obviously it's not the same for everyone, but to say that all marriage and all relationships is overrated when some people actually have a spiritual connection, like a soulmate with another person, to say that's overrated is kind of a bit out of the box. I feel like relationships and marriage are a very beautiful thing, and if you strive for that in life, it's not a problem. Like me, people think that like it's weird to envision marriage. For me, I always have grown up with the like idea that I am going to get married, I'm going to find my true love, like, and this is not just like, you know, a back of the head plan that like it might happen, might not. Like, this is at the front with my dreams and aspirations. For me personally, I feel like once I'm doing what I want to do in life, which I already basically am, and then I found my soulmate and got married, I feel like that's me pretty much done. Kids is after that, and then that I would feel like my life is complete. Like with a husband, for me, I feel like that is one of my best aspirations in life. But other people might disagree, but all I'm saying is that to say that it's overrated just because you think it's overrated is a bit of a push. Maybe they didn't mean that, but that's just my opinion. Okay, so the next one is the whole light skin thinking their prestige is legit not a thing. People use it as an excuse to hate on them. Well, sometimes it is used as an excuse. I'm not going to say that it's not. I have been, well, jokingly, people have jokingly, you know, made fun of me for being light-skinned. Oh, it's because you're light-skinned, you act like that. Oh, you're just light-skinned. But I think that it's used as an excuse for a reason, because a lot, I don't care what anyone says, a lot of light-skinned girls are very, very much overconfident. And I said this more in my last video, so you guys can go back on that, the black people edition. I'm not going to go into full detail, but a lot of light-skinned girls do think they're more superior to black people or dark-skinned girls. So I really do think it is a thing. Think about all the beauty standards that I've placed on women. They're European. A light skin is more likely to fit into that European beauty standard than a black girl. So for that reason, light skins praise themselves more and put themselves on a higher pedestal when they shouldn't, you know? Also, people are like not coming for me, but they were trying to educate me on the fact that I said that I was light skinned on my Black People Edition video. They were like, no, you're mixed race. I get what a light skin is. I get there are light skinned black people, but in terms of a category of lighter skinned people who have black ethnicity in them, I'm light skinned. Just to put it in a broader category. I know what a light skin is. I know that there are light skinned black people. I know that I'm mixed race. But in terms of actual what my skin looks like, not my DNA, I'm light skinned. Do you see what I mean? I get called light skinned. Like, I don't think I've heard mixed race very much. I hear light skin because that's what people call me. So the last one is no one should say the N-word. And I want to do a podcast on this. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I get why black people do say it because they want to regain their power. But then again, the deeper roots of the N-word is so deep and traumatic to ancestors that I don't think that it should be used in the way that it gets used so willy-nilly. But I would say that using the N-word in a friendly way, like, oh, that's my N-word, that's like not that bad in my opinion, because I feel like you're being nice about it. But then if you're like judging someone or hating on someone or disrespecting someone or saying someone's your enemy by calling them the N-word, oh, I hate that N-word, or those N-words be jealous of me, you know, I feel like that's then very negative, and I feel like it shouldn't be used in a negative concept because it was very negative back in the day and you're constantly using it as a bad word. But then again, if you use it as a good word, then maybe the white people will start to think that they can say it too. But that's a whole topic for another day. I'm not going to be talking about how if white people can say the N-word or not. You can't, by the way. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. This was very all over the place. I spoke about a lot of things in one video, but I'm really hoping that you guys enjoyed this. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!